React. What's happening there? React. All right, React JavaScript library. Cool. Twig, tuck, toe, learn. All right. So what's the latest version of React? Version 19. Okay. Don't want to. There is no. Okay. So learn React. Describing the UI. Quick start of this is good. Thinking in React. React compiler. Introduction, what React does. React compiles a new build time tool that automatically optimizes your it works. What does React compiler do? React compiler. Should I try to compile? We encourage everyone to start using React compiler while the compiler is still an optional addition. Okay, what is doing? They have introduced another editor setup using TypeScript, React developer tools, all of this. Is good. Components profiler using TypeScript. Mm, React types. Add types. Now editor setup. App Store. Please install ESLint. Installation. Creating a React app. Build a React app from scratch. Full stack frameworks. Next.js. App Router is a React framework that takes full advantage of React's architecture to enable full-stack React apps. Next.js is maintained by Vercel, so you can deploy a Next app to any hosting provider that supports Node.js or Docker containers. React Router 7 is the most popular routing library. Okay. Expo is a React framework that lets you create universal provides a SDK for React Native that makes it to create an Expo project. Expo other frameworks. Building apps with Expo is free and you can submit them to Google and App Stores without restrictions. Expo additionally provides paid cloud services. Okay, so here, if we are picking up a boilerplate tool, you want to build a new app or website, okay, build React app from scratch, create. Via is a build tool that parcel rebuild. Parcel combines great out-of-the-box development experience with scalable architecting a project from getting started to massive production applications. Parcel supports fast refresh, flow. Flow. What is flow? Flow is some new tooling and styling out of the box. See Parcel's React recipe to get started. RS build is RS build common application patterns, routing, Dan stack router. Okay. Build common application patterns, routing, data fetching, Dan stack query, code splitting. I don't see any webpack here anywhere. That's very weird. Build common application. Build tools listed above. Start off with client only single page. Common functionality like routing, data fetching, or styling. The React ecosystem includes many tools for these problems. Routing determines what content. Okay. Okay, so data fetching. Data fetching, if you're fetching data from GraphQL, we suggest using Polo. Okay. All right. So this is very weird. This is very weird. Now, because what does the Next.js framework provide? Create next app release. So we just have to try out all of these build tools. Okay, let's just try these build tools. So we are just going to try these build tools in order. What's happening in each of those? Scaffold, try out frameworks and try out frameworks and try out frameworks and custom build. That's what we're doing now. So let's quickly see. npm, that is the dev issue bash rc, basically our nvm npm repository is not initialized. Okay, we have this. Now we can just do npm dash dash version. All right, this is done. nvm ls. We have node 25. Great. Now we are in Go com coding. We gotta come out of this, close everything else. Dot dot cd JavaScript. JavaScript. Where is? Okay, JavaScript. ls mkdir. Make directory. What are we making? Let's not worry about that. Now let's just download create npx. So basically using npx with using npx compared to npm. What is the advantage there? Uh, npx versus uh, npm fetch and run. Run a package once, no install. Run a locally installed dependency. Explicitly download packages, CI reproducible environments. npx does, okay. It's more like development tooling. And yep. Oh, then run. Cool. Install plus run. Explicit reproducible pollute node modules. Node package execute. Npm exec modern replacement. Predictable version of npm pack. Download only. Alright, what is the difference between npm pack and npm install? Alright, this is cool. npm pack and npm install. Difference. Alright, this is quite good. We can actually, when we're building, we can keep our notes. Toggle build notes. Toggle these notes. All right. And Now, we'll use learnings. Still go into learnings as well. Kind of learnings. And okay, so what is npm? npm exec npm exec. All right, so let's just see key differences. npx convenience first, implicit behavior. npm install exec, npm install save dev, npm exec. Well, npx sometimes gets hate. Latest versions exec specs package lock.json. All right. This is very weird. Now, npm exec. If I do, can I run npm exec without install? It's not install missing packages, but the full. Okay. For global packages, okay, so npx also does the same. So npx is basically the tooling that got replaced in this newer function of npm CLI. Now, npm exec replaces the de facto tool, facto npx. Also, what is the difference between npm pack? Between npm pack and npm is CI safe, npm exec is CI safe, and this is good. What is the difference between npm pack and npm install? Internal, that clicks a lot. Download, extract link packages, downloads plus bundle package entity, and give me the distributable artifact, put it into my project. Lodash fetches repository resolves dependency, extracts file into Lodash, creates binaries, updates package, log JSON, ready for require import, executable CLI is available. Files creates a tarball. Okay, so npm back just downloads the artifact. Defect available and available on npm registry. No linking. No linking and config. Now we're good to go. So we are going to use npm exec. Hopefully that is available in npm version 11. npm exec. So if we are here, we have a package JSON. We don't have. Okay, so we have a package JSON, and so basically what we are doing here is we're scaffolding the application, React application. So here, uh, these will be good for a later view. This is in Markdown, scaffolding. Mm, mm, mm. Scaffolding React application, npm. Now, scaffolding the React application, npm back just downloads the artifact available on registry, no linking and config. Now, what else? What do we need? Simple, so we gotta check npm exec, entering npm script environment at location this ls. Okay, so this is quite good. Now we need to install, we're trying out different frameworks and custom build, right? So, mm, 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 mm. That's the requirement. Now, we want to try the np create next app, right? What's this? Let's just download this npm install globally create next app. Add latest. Okay. Added one package and npm exec create next app. All right. That's your project name. My project name is not my app. It's uh, test the scaffolding tools. Scaffolding tools. We like to use the recommended Next.js defaults. Yes, I would like to. Yes. TypeScript, ESLint, Tailwind, CSS, app router. Yes. All right. What is this? Test scaffolding tools. Okay. So can just do this. Okay, so npm install, create next app, and just add this. Next, we are testing create next app. All right. So what's happening in next app? Uh, we have create project. Iced. Okay, so test scaffolding tools is created. You just got a cd into test scaffolding tools ls. This is an app. Hopefully, if I see node modules, ls node modules, Node modules, Electron to Chromium, everything is installed. ls app. Okay, global CSS is public. SVGs. Next config TS. App consists of a page.tx and layout.tx. Let's just open these. Layout and page. Get started, edit this. ls package JSON. You gotta check JavaScript. Test scaffolding slash package JSON. There is a dev tool npm dev pm exec run dev. All right. Okay. So on localhost 3000 we have this. Let's just try it. Try it now. And let's see what's there. Okay. So a neat start a file here. We gotta learn what in this case? You gotta learn what in this case? That's what I'm thinking. App. Okay, so this is our main page. And then we have layout, root layout, React node. Okay, where is children is React.node? Where is React? Page layout, image from next image, and layout is this. Root layout, where is this root layout being used? It's not being used anywhere. Okay, so this is not being used anywhere in this application. Where is the entry file? .next.dev build server static. I think this is the dev build. So here we might have an index file, chunks, static, chunks, okay. So you have next config, there is nothing here. All right, so we need to quickly understand how this is getting built. Like, where is this? Because as far as I remember, React has a React DOM.render function which takes in your root component, and that's how it works, right? React basically the root node, and it points to some root node. Okay, but there is no index.html file, so we're gonna involve anti-gravity here and ask it to conversation mode planning. That's good. All right, so we're just gonna ask questions for the file directory test scaffolding tools. All right, not for the scaffolding test scaffolding tools directory is a newly created next app. Uh, can you analyze? Can you tell me how is it? How is it? Where is? Can you tell me where is the entry point? Entry point. Where's the entry point? And how does the dev server start? Right. You gotta know this, and it is running. Till that time, what we're going to do is we're going to be creating. Let me try the other scaffolding tools, okay? So other scaffolding tools include React Router 7. Create a React Router. Create a new React Router framework project. There's another framework. There's a Next.js framework, and then there is a React Router framework. Create React app is totally deprecated. All right, so we'll try this. Expo, I have already tried. Problem. Oh, it's not a loser. It's working. Okay, stream, we're back online. All right, so where are we? Basically, we want to. I okay. So pending test scaffolding tools. Researching PDF generation process. All right, why is it researching PDF generation process? This is weird. Okay, it's still running. Gemini 3 Flash is send all, which is 1. Test scaffolding tools. All right, now it's working. For the Next.js app in Code Quiver, here's the breakdown of the entry point and dev server. The entry point in the Next.js project using the router. Evidenced by the app directory. There isn't one single entry point like a traditional. It uses a file system-based router. Root layout is this. This is a top level wrapper for entire application. It defines the HTML body and tags. Where is the... Okay, there it is. Defines it. And the children and shared UI like nav bars or footers. Why are you drinking my sting? So my wife is drinking all of my sting. नहीं देखो. Okay, so what's the next thing? Uh, root layout, root page. This is the entry point for the home page. Compilation entry internal Next.js uses its own build system, TurboPack or Webpack, to orchestrate the bundle starting from these files. Okay, great. That's good. The devs are the command behind the scenes. Executes next dev. It starts Node.js server. It uses hot module replacement to watch changes or performs on-demand compilation. All right, great. So, yep, I missed these HTML tags, but it's like quite hidden. Uh, the earlier things where the entire index HTML was exposed to us, that has all been abstracted away, and we have just a layout and a page. So now I can actually just public. Where am I? So these file SVGs, where are these being referred? Image src next svg. Okay, so all of my image files I can just keep here. Great, this sounds like great. So what I'm going to do now is just use this, and I'm going to uh, test out, write the component information in these, and next we will start with the React Router application, right? So we can we can actually try, like, there is a micro front-end architecture. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but that is something that exists, and we can try that out, right? Yep. So so let's just try it out. Micro front-end architecture. So first, so now we are out of, we have a clarity on how this Next.js app is actually working. We will script, or we'll keep our scripts inside a script folder, and we'll do all of our network querying from there. We will import all of our dependencies, and that's how the entire development will flow. All of our static things will be in this public folder. Next thing is next-env import. What is this? Next-env, next config. So post CSS config. Okay, so tailwind CSS slash post CSS. I don't know about nothing about this. Page, where's the class name? So all of these are tailwind CSS. That's a very good bundling. Uh, so I can just start writing my application, right? And it uses React under the hood, Webpack, TurboPack for bundling and building, and all of those things. Just write simple React, and it's ready for use. That's pretty great. Okay, now we want to try create React Router framework. Create React Router framework is React Router is maintained by Shopify. All right, so how to uh, build this out? Okay, so basically our layout has this. In children, how does it know that the children? This is the entry point for home page. Okay, the page is always the entry point. That's a rule. Okay. Yeah, Next.js, create next app. So what was our, it starts a Node.js server. Okay. Similarly, the build will deploy this, wherever we will deploy, hopefully it will have a index.html, right? Otherwise, we need to turbo pack. Next.js is using turbo pack. Great. Now, what actually I want to do is uh, I want to global CSS root. All right. Theme inline media body tailwind. Okay, so that's all good. Now what? Now we want to compilation entry internally. Next.js uses its own build time, TurboPack or Webpack. In this case, it's using TurboPack. But what I want is to create React. Yeah, I want to know the name of this. Uh, the name of this. It is. Let's check. npm list global. Okay. Dash rc. Clear. Export npm list global. We have created next app. So so we can demo different scaffolding tools in a neat little SPA using the micro frontend, and can keep the next app as the container. So since we are gonna try it, let's just try it out immediately. Micro frontend architecture. Okay, so there is React Router 7. We can install create React Router and Expo. Okay, Expo. Microfrontend is an architectural approach where a front-end app is split into multiple independently developed, built, and deployed front-end applications, which are composed together at runtime. Backend microservices, some idea applied to the UI layer. Microfrontend, front-end and backend. Shell, the container application, authentication app. So our shell application, we can keep the it's Next.js app router. Full. All the frameworks on this page support client-side renderings. Static site generation. These apps can be deployed to a CDN or static hosting service without a server. Additionally, these frameworks allow you to add server-side rendering on a per route basis when it makes sense for your use cases. Allow you to start. And only if your needs change later, you can opt in to use server features or individual routes without rewriting your app. See your framework's documentation for configuring the rendering strategy. Yeah, that is actually very neat. Don't need to create a backend for simple use case. Now, micro frontend. Now we actually want this. I want to demonstrate all of this and compose it into shell app, each independently owned and deployed. Independent deployments. Each micro front end has its own, can be deployed without redeploying others. Auth team. Okay. Build apps or stitched together using better performance, less independent. Shared dependency graph. HTML fragments composed at CDN server level. This is going to be the shell app handles routing. Loads microfrontends dynamically, shares auth layout global state. Frontends are loaded via JS bundles, remote modules. All right, let's see. Content server, product X server, content server V, web shell app, customer via browser. So I'm requesting different scripts. Different scripts. That makes sense. I'm requesting different scripts. Different scripts. And I have my shell application. Rather weird, I can just tell it to load the Expo application. Simple. This is not even micro front end, this is just routing to different. This is very weird. This case, the micro front end loads at all time. It stays in the view. And okay, whatever. So this composition we can add later instead of getting stuck here. We can let's just scaffold the minimal FE application, try out different frameworks. Custom build. Now review modern React. Okay, so now next we're gonna try React, create React router, right? Simple create React router. What do we need for that? We need to install create React router. Create React router, and that's it. Create React router. That's done. Now npm exec create React router in the current directory. Nope. We want to do this inside code quiver and inside JavaScript. npm exec create React router. Okay, where should we create a new project? Directory, current directory. The scaffolding tool, React router, scaffolding. All right, using default templates, template initialize and git repository. Yes. Install dependencies. Yes. Pretty neat, pretty smooth. Okay, so this is so a later, much more advanced item try out different frameworks and custom build. Custom build. Let's just use the custom build as the shell application. Try out different frameworks, custom build, compose, scaffolding tutorial app using custom build shell with other scaffolds. This is a much more advanced thing, what we'll do. But yeah, we can come back to this once we're done with the the stuff, right? All right. Compose scaffolding tutorial using custom build tool. Now let's check out where is our new React Router scaffolding. Okay, this is here. So if I just check the package JSON, this is build dev, React Router dev, npm run dev, npm run dev, network use host to expose. Okay, so we have this. Next thing is scaffolding, create next app, npm install, all of this. The entry point, the index.html is app slash layout.tsx, and the main route is at app slash layout app slash page.tsx. Great. Now we have still not seen how does that routing happen, right? You haven't seen that. Okay. We need to data fetching. We need to actually check those things. What things does Okay, so what we are going to do is when we're building our front-end requirement, we will try to build it in each of these frameworks so that we have a full-fledged application. And then we have new React Router application. Great. Well, how does this routing happen? So layout children. Let me just add a new router here, right? This is page layout. In case of next dot. All right, so where we are, we'll worry about that later. Now we have create next step. Then we have create React, create router, create React router. Simple and create project. is simple. Create project is not that complex. Just npm install and exec. Now, now this is it. Create React Router project. Next is create project. After create project, we need to check where's the entry points and everything. React Router scaffolding. So what does it seem? It seems like there's a root.tsx. This is much more comprehensible. So layout. Okay. All of these new frameworks, they use a layout element. And there's a body children. And I think these childrens directly refer to routes, outlet, error boundary. Okay, scroll restoration, scripts. Where's this? What's this script? Okay, where is this? Okay, outlet. Where's outlet? Outlet is using layout, which is probably using routes. Yeah, and default index routes dot home. Okay, there is a routes file. And what is this index? Satisfies route config index. I'm not sure what this index is. Okay, so this is the home. This basically will map the slash root path to route's home. Home.tsx new React router. So this is actually much easier to understand, right? I mean, you have a simple. There is a welcome page here. Okay. Okay. So this welcome logo dark. Okay, so there's a public folder as well. Okay, logo. Logo is in home. Logo is not being used. Where's this logo used here? Find in folder logo. Import logo. There's this welcome. Okay. Welcome TSX. We are using welcome home returns meta function. So the home returns meta function. Meta function. Where is meta function? Routes. Okay, so we have index. So there's the meta export is being utilized. So all of these, there's a meta, and then there is a probably there is a default export, right? Meta export and default export. Then this home uses welcome, and welcome is actually referring to logo dark and stuff. Logo dark. Okay, so here we have a route. each route, so similar to screens and components, is a route. Route is inside the main layout, and each route is using a component which is independently available. So ideally we should have a components folder, but it has that. There's still no global data fetching or storing thing that we have seen, but yep. So in all these frameworks, we actually need to worry about this sort of routing, folder composition, and what sort of how we uh, pass on data and shared state across the application. So we have to check those things out. Check those things out later, and so we will need to add a to-do for that as well. Try out frameworks. Check those scaffolding application. So basically, we're trying out frameworks. Install and exploration. Install and explore. Understand routing. Understand client side. Data passing and storage. Okay, if there is any. Scaffoldings, custom build. And after that, we actually need to we actually uh, we actually need to install and explore the frameworks, understand routing. So basically, routing we are already checking. So basically, the React Router library gives framework gives us a index and similar routers, uh, which we will first, let's just continue installation and exploration. Then client-side data passing and storage and data client-side data fetching, storage, and passing. Okay, this we need to check. Till that time,